Joining me now is Einar Tangen. He's a senior fellow at the Taihe Institute and founder of the Asia Narratives Substack. Good to see you, Einar. The commemoration really was an effort to show just how far China has come, wasn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, there are a number of messages there. First and foremost is, to put this in context, Sally, China was defeated early on. There was a century of humiliation. Colonial forces literally came in and said that they had the right to sell drugs in China, and they took concessions. These were areas of cities throughout China that they deemed that they wanted to rule. Hong Kong was a leftover from that. And this is a sign that, no longer will China ever do that, that they have the defensive capabilities to protect their own, and there will never be a time for that. The second message is about solidarity. You start looking at all these leaders who came. Absent, notably, were the G7 and a few other countries, Japan, that did not come. So you have a situation where China is talking not only about the past, but also the future, and really doubling down on this idea of the BRICS, BRI, and SCO acting perhaps as a model in the future for multipolar cooperation based on this idea of security for everybody, with no one depending on the insecurity of another, path to development, and respect for the sovereignty and ability of countries that are very diverse to choose their own future.
And there was an emphasis on China's role as a founding member of the United Nations, positioning itself as a defender of the global order, while, of course, US President Donald Trump goes against established norms on international relations.
Yeah, very, very clear. In his SCO speech, Xi Jinping addressed this. He talked about a number of things that China had done first, or the Shanghai Cooperation Organization had done first. And it was, in essence, pointing to them as a model for future governance and for the reform of the United Nations. Extremely important, because right now the United Nations is deadlocked because the United States doesn't agree. Things like on Gaza, it's pulling back. It's effectively neutered WTO by its refusal to allow appellate judges to be appointed, and therefore there's no finality if any country appeals from a lower ruling. So if the world is going to continue to be multipolar, it's going to be connected globally. The question is how you do that. And I think this is really a huge issue that people need to pay attention to. Is we need to stop looking at the antics of the present and start thinking about the organization of the future.
All right. Einar Tangen, really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Sally.